You're welcome back. Now, I love music. I'm yet to meet somebody who doesn't. And that's why I appreciate those who have the talent to create it. And I know I'm not alone, because we're about to speak to the CEO of an organization that has committed itself to rewarding those who give us the very best of musical talent and artistic work. And of course, I'm talking about Sadiq Abdullahi Abu. He's the CEO of the 3Music Awards. It exploded onto the scene last year. It's growing from strength to strength, and now with a new collaboration with multimedia, it's about to take the nation by storm.
Yes.
Sadiq, how nice to see you.
Glad to be here. Thanks.
All right, so for those who perhaps are living under a rock and don't know what happened last year, tell us a bit about the 3Music Awards.
So last year, we set out to create another credible and exciting entertainment music experience as much as possible, which we did by rewarding musicians and trying to drive creativity and excellence in the music space. So that's what we did. And some of the names that got awards included Sarkodie, Shatawale, Stoneboy, Ebony, and that also included massive performances for Stoneboy, Joe Metal, and a number of other artists last year. So we're back again to bring back the same experience.
But this year, it's a bit different, isn't it?
Yes.
What's changed?
Well, a number of things have changed. Aside the categories, well, our exclusive media partnerships is with multimedia now. And then also the fact that our categories have also changed. What used to be the various social media categories have all moved into the digital act of the year. Okay. We also now have a lot more music-specific categories, whereas last year we had act-specific categories. This year we've included that. So last year where we had, say, High Life Act of the Year, we didn't have the corresponding High Life Song of the Year.
Right.
So this year we've added all of those ones as well. And then we added a new category called the Next Rated. Essentially, one of the things we recognize is that there are a number of talents coming up, and we wanted to find a way to shine the spotlight on them and help to pick them up and onto the big stage. And that's why we created the Next Rated category. Yes.
Are we also looking at international music and Nigerian and other African?
Yes. So the best Ghanaian international act of the year and the best African act of the year also returns. Last year we had that. The video won it. And then this year it's coming up again. It's, it really looks keen as it is now. Yeah.
One of the big highlights of awards events are the performances.
Yes.
So what's on your mind for this year?
Well, exciting performance, of course. Expect some of the big names as we did last year, and expect some massive throwback performances as well. I think one of the things we did last year, one of the highlights of last year's performances was the X-Do Chicago and throwback performances. We have something up our sleeves this time around, and so, but subsequently we're going to communicate the lineup, the confirmed lineup, who is performing, who is doing what, and all of that. But it's really going to be massive this time around too.
Cool. Why is it called the 3Music Awards? Okay,
so it's a spin-off of a brand, a music media brand called 3Music, which we created, and we called it 3Music. And so whilst we're creating the awards version of the music media brand that plays music videos and plays in a lot of entertainment shows, we decided to call it 3Music Awards. But for now, it's known as 3Music Awards with various nicknames. Others call it 3MAs, but our awards plaque is called Joyce, so Joiz. So essentially that's what we're trying to push.
Yeah. All right, now tell us about this collaboration with multimedia. Obviously, you've nabbed the big one here.
Yes.
How did it come about?
Well, it started off as a conversation because we were looking for a much more bigger and expansive media platform to be able to carry it. The awards was going off the back of what we did last year. We recognized that we needed to have a big media partner to be able to execute what we wanted to execute. Essentially, aside from the main positioning of the brand is here for the music, but for this year, the theme for it is the biggest stage. Because obviously last year you saw how big the stage was, and so we're trying to create another big stage to celebrate and reward music as much as possible. So it's informed our view to also have a big media partner. And so we got into conversations, and thankfully it also was a fit for multimedia, and then we signed with the. So yes, our main reason was to find the biggest, and multimedia being the biggest media group in the country, offered that's option.
Fantastic. Now we're going to learn who the nominees are tonight, right?
Yes.
Where is the ceremony happening?
All right,
will it be live on air?
Yes, so it's going to be live on air on Joy FM. In fact, this morning we're releasing some of the nominees on Hits FM. We're releasing about 4 of it. And then later on Joy FM, between 7 to 8 p.m., there's going to be a special programming, a special announcement where we're going to release the rest of the nominations.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'll be tuned in to hear who has made the cut. But how were they selected? How were the nominees chosen?
All right. So for us, in terms of the processes, we constitute a research team which is made up of tastemakers in the industry that begin to do the initial collation and categorization. And then when they are done, they present it to the board. The board is also made up of people in the industry with different insights and experiences who also sit down. So we had meetings. The research team did their work, spent the whole of November doing their work. The board members also began to sit from December right up to January to begin to prune down the numbers. It's not an easy process. It's a very, very emotive process. You can see how sometimes, I mean, the arguments and everything takes a while. And so we went through the processes. We had our own internal mechanisms. We did the right benchmarking to come out with the final nominations. Kind
of like an academy, really, working through to select these nominees.
Yes.
Right. Well, so obviously we've got this year sorted. We're looking forward to hearing the nominations. And once the nominees are out, what next? Do the public get involved? What happens?
So after today, from tomorrow, there's a voting campaign that's going to be launched online, on TV, on radio, where the public get to take part in deciding who eventually wins. The voting campaign will run for like 5 weeks. So after the 5th week, we begin to announce the performing lineup and who gets to perform and all of that. And then subsequently on the day, we curate a very exciting experiences as much as possible, whilst rewarding some of the top guys within the last year.
Right. What else do we need to know, Sadiq?
Yes. So so essentially that's it, and then also the fact that this time around, one of the things we're trying to do is we've created what we call the 3Music Legends. We recognize that it's we don't have enough time to celebrate our legendary musicians, and so we're looking to create another event that will be part of the build-up to the main event, where we'll celebrate our legends as much as possible. So these are some of the things that we're trying to do as a way of celebrating the music from those that have really blazed a trail to the current chart toppers.
Fantastic. Nominees for the 3Music Awards will be announced on various multimedia platforms throughout the day today. So listen, wherever you go, make sure you're tuned in and you're following us on social media so you know exactly who is up for the big awards this year. Sadiq Abdullahi Abu is the CEO of 3Music Awards. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Time with us. Right, now listen, while we're in the mood, let's stay tuned for a bit of showbiz right after this.